Want to get ready with me? And we're ready. So, and ignore my face. I didn't want to put makeup on because I had to put sunscreen on because I'm going somewhere today. Basically, I got put in a position where I just wound up with a free Legoland ticket. Now, Legoland isn't close to where I live. Like, I live a pretty good drive away. So that's why I'm up early. Like, I realize this is not early, but this is early for me. So I figured, like, I don't go to Legoland often. Like, I don't, like, the last time I went, it was a few years ago because, like, a bunch of the kids had never gone. Like, cousins and... Also, as the youngest sibling of, overprotective parents, yeah, I don't go a lot. I've never been to a lot of places alone. Like, as I got older, I started going to places more often. Like, I wasn't allowed to go to the mall on my own until I was like 17, almost 18, and I lived right next to the mall. That sort of thing. Also, ignore my voice. It's early, I have allergies, and for some reason my allergies act up in the morning. Forgive me. Also, I just don't have a nice voice. But anyway, I don't go a lot of places, like big places, alone. Like, now I'm an adult. I go to the beach on my own. I go to the store, and I go to work, you know. Like, I go to a bunch of places, and I have to travel for my work, like, a lot. But I've never, like, been to something big like a theme park alone. And honestly, I'm like, it's Legoland. It's not that big a deal. It's not like going to Disney World or anything. So yeah, I'm gonna go alone today, and I figured if I take you guys with me, not that anyone's really gonna watch this, like, I've come to terms with that, but I've decided to use this as like a life diary. So I decided to take my phone along with me so I feel a little less alone. So yeah. I lied. I stopped by the store to get some Go Juice because I'm tired and I hate coffee. Okay, now we're gonna hit the road. Check that out. It's so neat. I've never seen this before. They have these little thingies, and I think they're interactive. Oh no, they just play music. It'd be cool if they played stuff. No, it's all just on a rotation. There's the big gates. So here it is, beautiful Legoland, California. In editing, I figured I might as well make this into like a travel video, just because, like, everybody makes videos about Disney, but not many people make videos about Legoland per se. Also, I really like the psychedelic elephant. But something that I do know is that, you know, everybody makes videos about like the big theme parks, but I figured it'd be nice to have a video like with the same amount of like detail and attention to the Disney videos, just because Disney isn't always a viable price option for families visiting California, because that's where this is. Check out the Bowser. Little guy. Hey, I know that guy. I think this is supposed to be like a model of the park. Not accurately, but still. So the first place I went was the Ninjago area, which
It's a dog.
That's actually really cool. I was gonna make a joke, but that's actually really cool.
So I never watched Ninjago, so I never knew what it was about, but I had a ride and I didn't really know what to expect. I just know that when I came inside of it, if you look around, it really reminds me of that old Jackie Chan show. Like, I don't know what it is about it. Maybe I'm misremembering, but that's what I thought of. Like, and that there, it just reminded me of other shows that I watched as a kid. Oh, my finger got in the way. So yeah, we were getting in. Basically what I saw was that it was a four-seater where you each had a different color. I got the whole thing to myself because I was surrounded by families who wanted to stay together, and it was basically a virtual 3D shoot 'em up kind of thing. I couldn't get it working, but it was okay. It was cool. And then it had this cool like playground, which I just think is the coolest thing. From Ninjago, it kind of turned into like Bionicle, which I do remember this ride as a kid. I remember Bionicle was really cool at my school, and I didn't watch it or read the books or comics, but I would play it on the playground with my friends. If you remember, this is the roller coaster that they had in that little Lego set towards the beginning. It was really fun, I rode it. So from there, it turned into a very Adventureland area. They have a big Pharaoh's place set for the kids to run around, and just multiple little rides. That's something about Legoland. It has a lot of smaller rides for younger kids.
I'm Mario.
So there would always be rides available for little ones, and including a lot of cool stuff to look at, like right here with audio.
I have a feeling this is going to be me in a few years.
But even though everything is mostly for kids here, no amount of detail is spared. Like, look at that. I actually rode this ride. It was an Egyptian-themed shoot 'em up. Like, kind of similar to the Buzz Lightyear Blast. Look, I mean, just look at that. Even if you don't ride the ride, it was a lot of fun to look at. And it's a lot more cartoony than Disney. So here it is, my favorite part that I remember as a kid. There is a medieval village, and I still think it's the coolest thing. This was my favorite part as a kid, and it just has a really nice music, it has a really nice vibe, lots of plants, and they have a dragon roller coaster, and they have a joust ride.
If I had someone with me, I would do that, but nah. So one thing I know about Legoland, just from like living in California and liking, what's it called, theme park like videos and history and stuff, it's funny because I come across little bits where I'm like, they've clearly been like mostly abandoned. I'm just trying to see like, do I remember like this is clearly still in use. It's like a little Lego Duplo area. No, it's just weird. Maybe it's just because it's early. You don't see anybody yet, but still. And then there's like a big open space over there, and I'm trying to remember like, because there used to be this big like castle jungle gym when I was little, and I'm wondering like, is that where it used to be? Is it gone? I really don't know. But yeah, this used to be my favorite area, the medieval part. Let's see this guy over here. It's a fancy dude. Got a graveyard full of these things. You just can't see it over the grass. Nope, I was wrong. It's right here. Maybe how do I use?
So I am going to be modifying my footage, just because as you can see in here, I kind of like pan up. It's because I don't want to film other people's kids, because I don't want to do that.
This is where Milo and Lola belong. Just gonna edit a picture of my chihuahuas. This is where they belong.
Alright, well, bring up everything but the concert tickets.
I think the rats are supposed to be talking in there. I will be back at 12. He's just a funky little guy.
So I don't need any more stuffed animals, but I kind of really love this one. And in my head, I'm trying to justify buying one. Like, I could use it as a pillow. I can't. Don't let me do it. So, Lion Guy was 64 bucks. Not about to do that. But, it seems he's from a thing called Mythica. See, I don't know Lego lore. I don't know these things, but I kind of love him. Just blue griffin lion. I love him. So I think this little Lego set is supposed to be the inside of the dragon roller coaster, which we are going to get to a little later, but I just really love it. I love it a lot. This was my favorite ride as a kid. Let's go. Got some more of these joke tombstones. The grass is covering a lot of the punchlines though. I just heard something over here. Totally wasn't something that I need to worry about. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, it's the same thing on both sides. Okay, that actually works really good. I remember as kids, like these little staircases that are in there, we were just like totally not fully understanding that it was just part of the line. We were like, let's go up there, and we would try to climb through the bars because we were like 4 and 7, me and my sister. I could have swore they're like little shackles. I could have swore there was a part where it had like a cat with like glowing eyes just somewhere in the line. I don't know. Let's see if it's inside. Yeah, so it was not inside, but I do remember it being in the line somewhere, so I think they just had it removed. But, yeah. Roller coaster. Hi. Oops. Sorry, editing booth. So I didn't film the actual roller coaster because I did not want to drop my phone, and I would have, so jump cut incoming. So I'm looking for a ride that I remember when I was younger, but then I found this. I have no clue, so we're gonna check it out. Crab! So it's a show, I think. Thing said the show starts. Oh, he's talking. It smells like real salt water. I think this is I don't know if this is part of the aquarium. I don't know. Y'all are gonna have to tell me. So there's submarines that are actually kind of underwater. And it looks really cool. And I'm excited. So for this ride, I actually thought I was going to get a whole submarine to myself just because families do tend to stick together, but there were people who were training workers, so they brought them in to ride the ride. And so it's kind of like a game ride where basically you have little screens, as you can see right here. And how it is it takes you through an underwater environment with real animals, and there are like Lego props. Like, let's see if we can find them. But basically there are Lego props where the whole premise of the ride is you're looking for sunken treasure, and every time you see one of the props, you press the corresponding button on the screen, and you kind of gain points, and they give you little animal facts about the fishes. Like, see, there's starfish right there, so you would press the starfish button, and it basically has a bunch of stuff. Like, the octopus has a crown, so you would press the crown button. And it was all really cool. It was just nice looking underwater. I'm tall, so it was kind of hard to see all the time just because it was designed with small children in mind, because, you know, Legoland has a very small target audience, like age-wise. But yeah, it was just really cute and a lot of fun.
Look scary, but they're actually really friendly. They don't seem to be taking any notice of our divers. Ah, I do love sharks. They've been on the earth longer than dinosaurs. Cool, right?
Don't forget about cow-nosed stingrays. They're cool too. They swim in groups and use their wings to kick up the sand and find hidden food.
Right. Brace yourselves, explorers. We're approaching the shipwreck. This is a hot spot for treasure. Looks like it's scattered far and wide. Locate as many as you can on your treasure trackers. Now. Well done, explorers. Okay, we're about to go even deeper to the very bottom of the sea.
It can be a bit hazardous deep down on the volcanic seabed. We'll have to be speedy. Some creatures are known to change color to match their surroundings, so keep a lookout for them. Recruits, this is our last opportunity to spot treasure.
Back up to base. Well done, explorers. One small good deed could make an ocean difference. Now, let me check my remote system. Success! Great job! Check your treasure tracker to find out your race.
They got a little nature walk. Got some deer. Beaver. And ducks and a bear, and oh, there's some wolves. They have audio of them howling. Oh, nice. And there's a little Lego world. See. Oh, I think this is where I think this might be where the water park meets the park. Because I remember riding this ride when I was young with my cousin on her birthday, but we were like in bathing suits and it was the water park. But I could be wrong. This could just be a water area and I'm just misremembering. Because I was like 12. Yeah, I don't know. Love me a good pirate. Sailors. No bird. Oh, he stopped moving. No, move again. No, what'd I do? Hey, you don't like me. That's fine. Get away, little tail. Got a funky pelican guy. Same dude. It's a very fancy little building. But yeah, I think over there is where the water park starts. I don't know. Yes, we got the brick brush. Yeah, come, Jeremy. I found them. It's them. It's them, the fancy dudes. I decided their names are Jeremy and Garfield. Those are the names. Come, Garfield. Oh my gosh, guys, it's actually me in the park. I'm wearing the same pants too. Oh my gosh, it's actually me. And then they have me in the future. Granted, she seems a lot more sane than I probably will be. The pigeon on the head is a good... Oh, no, actually, no, that's me. Full on got the net, got the pigeon on the head. This is me in the future. Check out my sweet new ride. One thing I do want to say is that under normal circumstances, I wouldn't have really thought of like Legoland as something to do as a grown person, you know? But I really am glad that I went just because It's so chill. Like, Legoland is very chill, especially compared to other parks.
Oh, it's like a little power plant. That's my dad. It's actually really cool. So this is the entrance of the water park. I have no clue what Shima is. Shima? But looks like it's one of the Lego shows, like the way they have Ninjago. Mostly. I took one look at this guy. I was like, oh, so it's Lion-O. And then I don't know who that guy is. I just like him. And then there's an alligator up there. Or actually, let's take a look at the snout. No, pointed snout. It's a crocodile. And it was moving earlier, and I wish I had gotten it on film. Kind of want to wait for it, but I don't know. I've decided I'm going to wait and then cut out all waiting time. Oh, you're welcome. Oh wait, unless it's one of those things where you have to trigger it. I don't know. I'm gonna walk around. So maybe it's like you move by. Just gonna walk around it. Got the tail. Dang it, so far nothing. I'm just gonna be wandering looking like an idiot. It wouldn't be my first time. While I was waiting unsuccessfully for that punk to move, I found this and I have no clue what it is. Something I think is actually really cool is that like a lot of these rides have these little things now, which I think could be really good for like kids just in general. Because I know like initially people think like use these as guides for like if their kids are special needs or anyone, but like this is really good for just kids in general. Yeah, no, that's because like I work with kids like as my job, and I've seen like kids who don't have any like health history or anything. That was definitely filmed in the 90s. I was there for that. But, you know, it's like we've seen them like just get overwhelmed just by noise. I was one of those kids. If you guys would like to screenshot this and save this for later, because I'm not going to use it because I can't even read English. Alright, ooh. Oh, is this a walkthrough? Oh, this is creepy and kind of cool. Oh my gosh. That is a diamondback rattlesnake, not native to the Egyptian area like they're suggesting, but that is if I remember correctly, it's a griffin vulture. And I also don't think that's native to Egypt. I'm pretty sure it's more native to like the Europe, like closer to Europe. Okay, I get it, I'm going. This is actually making me nervous. Shoot. I'm supposed to, I don't know. Ma'am? Oh. Oh, okay. Ground is moving. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. Oh. Oh, so is it gonna like take us through like 4 kingdoms? Oh! my dog. Those are my other dogs. Oh, that's cute. Can you touch the fish? I don't want to. No, thank you. Oh. So I think you're supposed to be looking for keys. So there's one of them. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, I feel tricked. Oh my gosh. That polar bear at the end genuinely scared me, and like I think I was the only one in the area, like walking around inside. Oh, I got a text. But like I really hurt. I that genuinely scared me. I just
So getting spooked aside, I just kind of took some time to look at stuff and chill out. And that's when it actually hit me that I probably looked really silly being a grown person with no children in a multicolored striped sweater and bell bottoms at Legoland. But I think that's something that we as young people, like young adults, need to work on because, like, if I let that bother me, then I wouldn't have had as much as a good time, you know? And that's what we're here to do, have a good time. And hello! He's so beautiful. He's so lovely and plump. Hey, baby. Oh no, he wants me to go. Hi, baby. It's a jazz band. I love them. You can see the Taj Mahal, the Eiffel Tower, Mount Rushmore, and yeah, we're gonna go into the Lego City now. So there's Big Ben and the London Eye. Then down here, it's just like a little bayside town. I'm gonna call it Amity for Jaws. This area is supposed to be Vegas. Yeah, that's Vegas. I went up in that building once. The sky something, I don't remember. But I've been up there. It was terrifying. MGM Grand, folks. Le Casino. What's Elvis? Oh my gosh, is that Tony Hawk? I think the Beatles in here. Hey, I've been there. They got dolphins and elephants. Is that a thing at Vegas? I really don't know. Look, they got a little pink car, pink Cadillac. And they got a little baseball thing. And a trolley. They have a little food truck. Ooh. Fancy. Oh, and a horse track. Cool.
Go through there. I love the music that they just have playing. Big dome. They're doing yoga in the park. They got little islands and the bridge.
Yeah, because I volunteered. That's how I got in free.
I love the trolley. The trolley makes me really happy. So this is supposed to be San Diego. Oh, that is. Oh, they got a mission. Oh no! One of the boats is overboard. The boat. Is that supposed to be Australia? Or are we still in tiny San Diego? I don't know. But it looks like something that would be in Australia. We got more boats. That would be my boat.
But yes, sorry this is so disjointed, but something that I think we as young adults in the modern era really need to like kind of get over is just that constant audience in our head.
It's a whale.
Like, whether we notice it or not, we are all very self-conscious about how, or at least most of us, not everybody, thankfully, but we as young people are very much aware of how we look, how we're perceived, how we're coming off as in public, and we just really need to let that go. Because if you're too worried about looking cool, looking neutral, looking whatever, we're gonna miss out on a lot of opportunities, and I've seen that personally.
Ooh. I have no clue where this is supposed to be. Yeah.
I'm about to be 25, and in a lot of my generation and the generation before me, and definitely the generation after me, kids going down to like at least 10 years old, you know, they're becoming more and more self-aware because of the environment that like kind of social media has created. And also everybody likes to blame social media, and social media is to blame, but we also need to remember that it's the culture we're living in. It's not all like TikTok and Instagram making the kids insecure. It's the adults that are around the kids throwing them dirty looks when they're being silly in public or whatever. And I'm not saying we need to be all silly all the time. Like, that's more a me thing. But we can't let how we're going to be perceived kind of stop us from enjoying ourselves. I've met people where it's like, you know, there are these hobbies that I want to take up. I want to learn how to roller skate. I want to learn how to do these things, but I'm too old. I'm just gonna look dumb. I'm just gonna look stupid. And I'm just gonna feel like an idiot. And it's like, we can't let stuff like that stop us. So getting off my soapbox, you enter another adventure-themed area with dinosaurs and safaris and stuff. And there is a dinosaur dig site that I remember as a kid that had like skeletons underneath, but there were a lot of kids in there, so I got minimum footage. This guy's really cool. So there was a dinosaur roller coaster that I absolutely loved. I was greeted by a giant Parasaurolophus that people actually put food in his mouth. And there were just a bunch of little iguanas and black widows everywhere. And it was a short but fun roller coaster. And there's the storybook boat ride that I didn't ride, but I have ridden it before as a kid, and it was cute, you know, just looking at everything. Like I said, Legoland is definitely like a stop at a slow pace and look at everything, and it's just nice. So right by the adventure area is a Lego movie world. Now, confession time, I've never seen the Lego movie, like, ever in my life. And so looking around, it felt like there was a bunch of jokes that I just wasn't aware of, but I could definitely recognize stuff, but not everything.
What the heck is that?
obviously. And I know there's a second movie too, so it's even more that I'm not aware of. But there was a big spaceship jungle gym and a bunch of like Unikitty themed stuff. I know that had a TV show.
So I never watched the Lego movies, like well, the one that this area is based on. But like I used to play with Lego Duplo because that's all we had in the movie. Are they supposed to be like the bad guys? Because it's very Mad Max, and I'm not sure.
So I rode one ride in this area and it had a little play set for the kids to play in while they waited. But it was something that I didn't know. It was a ride that was themed around like, oh, you have to like build the best flying machine. There was gonna be a race. And I had no idea what it was going into it. And it turned out to be a ride that was very similar to Soarin', California from California Adventure, where it was a gigantic like projector environment that you went through, and there was a lot of black light, and it was really cool, and they were playing rave music in the line. I'm really bummed I didn't get footage or audio, but this dinosaur had a beating heart, and it was the coolest thing.
So this, I remember we were here earlier. I was saying like, oh, I wonder what was over here. This is where that one ride I was looking for used to be. There used to be a big claw ride, and when I say claw ride, I mean like you were in a big robotic arm and it would just kind of swing you around like individually, and it had like 4 levels. And I remember like I don't remember if it was the easy one or one of the harder ones, but it was like monkey, there was like dragon and lion or something. There were just like each different levels of like motion, I guess. And it used to hold you over like a little pit of water. Honestly, it kind of looks like where the grass is now is where the water used to be. I remember I was in line to do it, but I got scared and I chickened out, and then my sister did it. And I never got to ride the ride, and I'm a little bummed. Yeah, R.I.P. Claw ride. I found this little guy. I love him.
So I went back to Medieval Place for food, that's what I got, and I went back for the ice cream, and
This is huge. It's huge.
so with my giant ice cream, I walked all the way across the park to the aquarium. It was about 3 o'clock, and I wanted to get there early to spend at least half the day there, but they said I couldn't bring food into the aquarium, so I had to sit out and finish it really fast.
Eagles! They're eagles! Move, you. Eagles! Oh, you're moving now. I love these little guys. That one kind of looks dead, but still. Hello.
so good for camouflage. I'm so proud of them. Got some shrimp doing the little shrimpy thingies. He's there sitting gracefully on a crystal. We got some more intermingling with the fishes. We have a lovely blue specimen tasting the algae growing on the crystals as he is dining on the algae growing on the coral. God help me, I'm so sorry. Hello. And here we are, the one spot that entices any child in an aquarium, the touch tank. Now I'm gonna go very slowly through here so you can see it. It's mostly anemone and starfishes and sea cucumbers and things like that. I was talking with the most wonderful girl. I think she was around my age. Big shout out to Kaylee. Super nice, was chatting with me the whole time. That's why I muted this, just because we're just chatting and chatting. And a big shout out to her. It's a nursery. Little baby sharks. I used to work with those sharks. Wow. Beautiful. Hello. I was so distracted by the shark, I didn't see. Oh, goodness. This guy over here sneaking up on me.
There you go. Go there. Go there. Wow, this is so beautiful.
Hello. Look at that funky little guy. He jittering.
Come here, look it. Look it. Here comes a stingray. Okay, just a minute. There's the stingrays and the sharks.
What are you doing, little mate?
Came back here and I finally found one of the little squids. There he is. He's so tiny. He does well. Here's my thumb against the glass for reference. So honestly, it's probably about the same size as my thumb. He's so small. He's sleeping, and I love him.
Oh, what's the little one back there? Maybe weird. It's like right back behind this straw.
So as far as the aquarium, it is a very nice aquarium. I really like it. It has interactive stuff for the kids. The only thing that I would like to point out, just in case if you're planning on going, is that it doesn't have a lot of like places to sit down. I remember a few times I had to go to where the touch tank was because that's where it had chairs. So definitely if you're someone who can't really stay on your feet for too long, or you know after the park you're going to be tired, just to keep that in mind if you do to go to the aquarium. So this is the outside. I exited and it took me back to the front gate where I passed by all the hotels, which is where this is, and I'm just going to head back to my car. And I'm back. So right now it is just about around 5 o'clock. Legoland itself will always close half an hour earlier than the aquarium. So for today, aquarium closes at 5:30 and then Legoland closes at 5 o'clock. My original plan was to just spend half of the day at the park and half of the day at the aquarium. But the aquarium, in my opinion, doesn't take as long as the actual park. So I wound up going back into the park. I didn't get any souvenirs. And honestly, the inner child of me is kind of disappointed because you saw earlier, I kind of wanted that $65 lion, and then later I saw a little dragon plushie that was only $20, but I didn't. And then honestly, I was kind of saving out to do the little make your own figurine guys, but something that I didn't really notice is that I was used to the Lego stores when I was a kid, so keep in mind this was like 20 years ago. I remember the Lego stores having just like a bunch of different little accessories and made everything look different. So you could really customize your little guy. With this one, it was very generic. Like they only had like maybe 3 hairstyles. And then like the rest was just like, oh, make a wizard, make a pirate, things like that, you know? So I was actually really bummed. I managed to make 2 that looked, one that like vaguely looked like me and one that vaguely looked like a friend of mine. But the way it was that it was $15 to make 3. So I asked the guy like, hey, how much does it cost to make 2? And he said, whether it's 2 or 3, it's still going to be $15, which I found kind of weird. And honestly, the pricing was kind of like a factor that I paid that really like led into me not getting a souvenir. So the food earlier, what I wanted to get, I couldn't order because they were out of stock. So I had to get something else. And it was much more expensive. So for total on food, so that would be the plate of food I showed you earlier and then that giant ice cream thing I got. It was a grand total of, I want to say, around $36. And then actually no, wait. Around $39. I know how to do math. So $39, and then on top of that I had to pay for parking, which for the lowest rate for parking was $30. So in total, I spent like $69, almost $70 here. Basically $70 here. Which like is a lot for me just because I don't like spending more than $50 anywhere really. And honestly, this was just for me, one person. And like I didn't have to go to where I went for food. There were other options. But that's what I liked. That's what I wanted. It's just me today. So I could easily see this becoming a money pit for like a family of like 3 or 4. But yeah, I actually saw some. One thing that quelled me for my desire for a souvenir is they had these little plushies at the aquarium. I'll throw pictures of them.
And I saw them and I was like, I really want them, but they're like $10 each or $7 or whatever. So I'm just gonna make them at home because looking at them, they're really simple. It was like a little crab and a little octopus, and I've just decided I'm gonna make them at home because I can. So I'll try to hold me to it. Please hold me to it. I'm gonna make a video of it. Like, that's the whole point of why I made this channel, so I could like show how to make things. But yeah. So if you are looking to come to Legoland, California as a family of more than one, just keep that in mind for the pricing of things. Also, in addition, ever since COVID hit, I actually talked to one of the workers. Ever since COVID hit, they became all card, no cash, which I found was really weird. Just because one thing for me personally, as somebody who grew up like on a budget, I didn't have allowance. Something that I always liked was before I got a card, or even after I got the like a debit card, I would only carry so much cash with me. And my rule was I could spend all of my cash if that's what I wanted, but I would only use my card for emergencies. And that really helps me with managing my budget. You know, I think that's a good tool. Like, I've done it ever since I was a kid, and I think that's a good habit to have. So that was really, I don't want to say it was limiting, but it was very not for me here, because it's like, oh, I can't just pull out $50 and be like, this is my budget. It's like, you have to use your card, and it gets really easy to like overspend or overdraft or whatever. I didn't, thankfully. I like I said, I spent about $70, which is only 20 more than what I like to cap myself off at, but still. But other than that, like, I had a really good time. I'm going to head out now. I'm gonna drive. So it's 5 o'clock now. My only deal is I vaguely know the area I'm in, and I know how to get home from here, but like, I know traffic's gonna be bad because right now is rush hour on a Friday. So I might just like, honestly, I might find a Target and loiter for a little while. I'm just gonna loiter inside of a Target for like 2 hours. Or I'm just gonna suck up the traffic and go home. But yeah, I'll see you guys at home. I'm home now. My cat is noisily eating his food. Yeah. Moral of today, I guess. Don't be afraid to let yourself do things that make you happy, even if you think it might look strange or seem immature. You know, we're here for a short time, not a long time, and I think we waste too much of it thinking about how we may look or what other people might think. Because I'll admit, it's weird being a grown adult going to Legoland alone. Especially because Legoland's is like a much younger audience than like Disneyland or Six Flags or anything. Hi. Hello. Want to say hello? You want to say hello? Say hello there. But yeah. Yeah. Have a good night. Have a good day. Bye.